Welcome to this powerful journey of words, growth, and self-belief. This isn't just an English learning episode, it's an emotional reset, a mindset shift, a reminder that learning a language is not only about grammar or vocabulary, it's about stepping into a stronger, more confident version of you. In this special episode, I'll guide you through 10 English affirmations designed to boost your self-confidence from the inside out. Whether you're a beginner or advanced learner, these affirmations will help you speak with more power, carry yourself with more belief, and remember why your voice matters. You can repeat them with me, you can reflect, or you can simply feel them, because these are not just phrases. They're declarations. And every time you listen, you're rewiring your mind, not just to speak English, but to speak with conviction. So find a quiet place. Breathe deeply. Let's begin. Affirmation 1. I am enough just as I am. Let's begin with one of the most powerful truths you can speak into your life. I am enough just as I am. Take a breath. Say it again, slowly. Let it land in your chest. Let it quiet that voice in your head that always says you need to be more, do more, prove more. Because this affirmation is not just a phrase, it's a foundation. In a world that constantly tells you to upgrade yourself, to fix your flaws, to compare your worth to someone else's highlight reel, this sentence is your rebellion. It's your anchor. It's the reminder that your value is not based on your accent, your grammar, your clothes, your job, or how many people clap for you. Your value exists simply because you do. When you repeat, I am enough, you start building a quiet kind of confidence, not the loud, showy kind that needs attention, but the deep, unshakable kind that doesn't need permission. The kind that says, I can make mistakes and still be worthy. I can be learning and still be powerful. I can grow without apologizing for where I am now. And if you're learning English, this matters even more. Because too many learners believe they need to perfect the language before they can feel confident. But confidence doesn't come after fluency. Confidence comes from knowing you are enough, even in the middle of learning. You don't have to speak like a native to be respected. You don't have to use perfect grammar to be intelligent. You don't have to hide your voice until it sounds like someone else's. Right now, with the words you have, the energy you carry, and the dreams you hold, you are enough. Not someday, not next year, now. Try this. Every morning, look in the mirror. No phones, no distractions. Just look into your eyes and say it out loud. I am enough just as I am. At first, it might feel strange, maybe even emotional. That's okay. That means it's working. That means you're waking up the part of you that forgot. Repeat it before your English practice. Repeat it before a presentation. Repeat it when you feel nervous or insecure. Let it become your inner voice. Let it fight off the lies that say you're too late, too slow, too broken, too imperfect. Because those lies, they're not you. The truth is, you are whole, you are worthy, you are enough, right here, right now, and nothing, not even the hardest day, can take that away from you. Affirmation 2. I speak with confidence and purpose. Now let's step into your voice, your beautiful, growing, powerful voice. Today's affirmation is, I speak with confidence and purpose. Take a moment and say that out loud. I speak with confidence and purpose. Even if your voice shakes, even if you're still learning, even if your accent isn't where you want it to be yet, say it anyway. Because confidence is not about perfection, it's about presence. When you repeat this affirmation, you're training your mind to believe something deeper, that your words matter, that your message is valuable, that you don't need to speak perfect English to speak with purpose. You see, confidence isn't just how loud you speak. It's the energy behind your words. It's knowing that what you say deserves to be heard. It's walking into a room or a Zoom call or a classroom and deciding, I belong here. And purpose gives your voice direction. It's what turns small talk into real connection. It's what gives your words meaning beyond vocabulary or grammar. Because when you speak with purpose, people listen with attention. So, how do we live this affirmation? First, you remind yourself every day, before an English conversation, before recording yourself, before practicing a presentation. Whisper it, write it, speak it. I speak with confidence and purpose. Next, you slow down. Confident people don't rush their words. They take their time. They know silence isn't weakness. It's power. Pause between sentences. Breathe between thoughts. Let every word land. That's confidence. Then use words that carry meaning for you. Don't just memorize phrases, feel them. Choose words that reflect your truth. Speak about what excites you. Share your opinions, your culture, your stories. That's purpose. And remember, people feel your energy more than they judge your grammar. Most native speakers don't care about your mistakes. What they remember is how you made them feel. So speak with kindness, with courage, with curiosity. That's the kind of speech that builds bridges, not walls. One more thing, when you say, I speak with confidence and purpose, you're also giving permission to others. You're saying, it's okay to speak before you're perfect. It's okay to be seen and heard as you grow. You're becoming a role model without even knowing it. So today, wherever you are on your journey, let this be your mindset. Your voice deserves to be heard. Your words are worth listening to. Your presence changes the room. Say it again, louder now. I speak with confidence and purpose. Because when you do, people will feel your truth, even if you only use simple words. And one day, you'll look back and realize it wasn't just your English that improved, it was your entire relationship with yourself. Affirmation 3. I learn from my mistakes and grow stronger every day. Let's be honest, learning anything new is uncomfortable. And when you're learning English, that discomfort shows up in the form of mistakes. You forget a word, you mispronounce something, you freeze in the middle of a sentence, and then you feel embarrassed, ashamed, maybe even frustrated enough to quit. But here's the truth. Mistakes are not proof that you're failing. They're proof that you're trying. And today's affirmation is your reminder of that power. I learn from my mistakes and grow stronger every day. Say it with your hand on your chest. Say it after a tough day of practice. Say it after you mess up, fall short, or feel small. Because this affirmation is a bridge from self-judgment to self-compassion. You see, every successful English speaker you admire, they made thousands of mistakes before they found their rhythm. They forgot words, misunderstood jokes, said embarrassing things, and they kept going anyway. That's how fluency is born, not from avoiding mistakes, but from learning through them. Each time you mess up and try again, you grow, you stretch, you build confidence, you build memory, you build grit. So the next time you say something wrong, pause and say to yourself, I'm proud of this mistake because it means I'm growing. Turn every awkward moment into a lesson, every silent pause into a breath, every failure into feedback. And don't just forgive your mistakes, celebrate them, because they mean you're in the arena, you're showing up, you're not sitting on the sidelines waiting for perfection. You're becoming stronger every single day. Here's a simple daily practice. At the end of each day, write down one mistake you made in English, and then one thing you learned from it. No shame, no guilt, just honesty and growth. Over time, you'll build a library of strength, a journal of resilience, and remember this: people don't remember your mistakes as much as you think. What they remember is your courage, your willingness to keep speaking, your effort, your energy. So let go of the need to be flawless. Embrace the process. When you mess up, smile, laugh, learn, because every mistake is a seed. And with time, those seeds grow into mastery. Say it again with me. I learn from my mistakes and grow stronger every day. That is not weakness. That is wisdom. That is how you rise, not by being perfect, but by being willing. Affirmation 4. I deserve to be heard. Pause with me for a moment and breathe in this powerful truth. I deserve to be heard. Not when your grammar is perfect. Not when your accent disappears. Not when you memorize 1,000 words. But now. Right now. Just as you are. Because too many English learners stay silent, not because they don't know what to say, but because they don't believe they have the right to say it. They think, my English isn't good enough. They'll laugh at my accent. What if I make a mistake? But here's the truth. Your voice is already worthy. Your story already matters. Your thoughts, your opinions, your experiences deserve space in every conversation, in every room, in every language. When you say this affirmation, I deserve to be heard, you're not just learning English, you're reclaiming your voice. You are reminding yourself that you are not invisible, that you don't have to shrink just because your English isn't perfect, that being a learner doesn't make you less valuable, it makes you brave, because it takes courage to speak up in another language. It takes heart to express yourself with limited words. It takes power to keep going even when your voice shakes. But here's the beautiful thing. People don't connect with perfection. They connect with authenticity. And when you speak from the heart, even with simple words, people feel you. Your accent, that's your cultural fingerprint. It tells a story of where you come from. Your pauses, that's your brain stretching, growing, adapting in real time. Your courage to speak, that's what makes you unforgettable. So speak up in class, in meetings, in videos, in everyday conversations. Say what you need to say, even if it's messy, even if it's slow, because the more you speak, the more fluent you become. And the more you believe you deserve to be heard, the more others will listen. Here's a practice. Every day, say one thing out loud in English. Just one thing. It could be a sentence, a thought, a journal entry. Say it with the belief, this deserves to be heard. I deserve to be heard. Over time, you'll feel the shift. You'll stop apologizing for your voice. You'll stop hiding behind fear. You'll step into your power. Because this language you're learning, it's not just a tool, it's a mirror reflecting back your confidence, your courage, your presence. And today, that reflection says one thing. I deserve to be heard. So speak, whisper, shout, sing. Whatever it is, don't hold it back. Your voice is your power. Use it. Affirmation 5. I am proud of how far I've come. Take a moment, really. Just pause and think about this. How far have you come? When you first started learning English, maybe you couldn't understand a full sentence. Maybe you were scared to say even hello. Maybe you hesitated to raise your hand, to speak out loud, to be seen. And yet, here you are, listening, reading, understanding, trying, growing, continuing. That's not small, that's huge. That's why today's affirmation is one you need to hold in your heart. I am proud of how far I've come, because too often we focus only on what's missing. I still make mistakes. I'm not fluent yet. I forget words all the time. But progress isn't about being perfect. Progress is about how many times you didn't give up. It's about the moments you felt nervous, but spoke anyway. The days you didn't feel smart, but showed up and studied. The nights you were tired, but listened to one more podcast. The sentences you wrote, the words you remembered, the fear you pushed through. All of that counts. All of that is progress, and you made it happen. So don't wait for someone else to clap for you. Clap for yourself. Be proud, not just of where you're going, but of everything it took to get here. Proud of the version of you who kept going when it was hard. Proud of the small wins no one else saw. Proud of the lessons, the late nights, the messy efforts, the quiet courage. Because that pride, it becomes motivation. When you look back and say, wow, I've come so far, something inside you lights up, and that light carries you forward into the next level, the next challenge, the next breakthrough. Here's something powerful you can do. Create a confidence list. Write down 5 things you've achieved in English, big or small. Maybe you finished a full book. Maybe you introduced yourself to someone new. Maybe you made a video in English. Maybe you understood a song without subtitles. Write it, read it, add to it every week. Because this list, it's not just proof, it's fuel. It reminds you you are growing even when it doesn't feel like it. And the best part? You're just getting started. You haven't even met all the versions of yourself that are coming. Stronger, louder, smarter, more free. So today, say it with pride. I am proud of how far I've come. And tomorrow, say it even louder, because the person you're becoming is someone truly unstoppable. Affirmation 6. I believe in my ability to improve. Let's take a moment to be honest. There are days when learning English feels like walking through mud. Every step is slow, every lesson feels hard, every word feels just out of reach. That's when this affirmation becomes your light in the dark. I believe in my ability to improve. Because here's the truth. You don't need to be perfect today. You just need to believe that you can get better. That belief, that unshakable inner trust, is what keeps you going when everything else feels heavy. It's the foundation that holds you steady during the ups and downs of the learning journey. You see, talent can help, but belief is what carries you across the finish line. When you say, I believe in my ability to improve, you shift your mindset from fear to growth, from I can't do this to I can't do this yet, from I always make mistakes to every mistake teaches me something new. That small shift changes everything. Because when you believe in your ability to improve, you stop judging yourself in the moment. You start trusting the process. You become patient with your pace. Here's something powerful to remember. Every fluent speaker you admire was once a beginner. They once struggled. They once felt confused, but they believed they could grow. And because of that belief, they did. You can do the same. You can improve your listening one podcast at a time. You can improve your speaking one sentence at a time. You can improve your vocabulary one word at a time. And it all starts with this: believing that your brain, your heart, and your effort are enough. Here's a habit you can try. Every time you feel stuck, whisper this to yourself. I may not understand this now, but I believe I will. Every time you feel frustrated, remind yourself, this is part of the process. I'm still growing. Your belief doesn't have to be loud. It just has to be steady, like a quiet fire inside that keeps burning, no matter what the weather outside is doing. You don't have to believe you'll be perfect. You just have to believe you're not done yet. And every time you show up, every time you try again, that belief gets stronger. You become someone who doesn't stop when it's hard. You become someone who believes in your future more than your fear. So today, let this be your truth. I believe in my ability to improve. And tomorrow, that belief will become your reality. Affirmation 7. I am becoming more confident every time I practice. Confidence doesn't arrive in one big moment. It doesn't knock on your door with a loud announcement saying, "Here I am." No, confidence grows quietly in the background through every small act of courage. That's why today's affirmation is so powerful. I am becoming more confident every time I practice. Let that sink in. Not some days, not only when you're perfect, but every time you practice, even when you're tired, even when you mess up, even when no one sees your effort. Because confidence is not a magical gift some people are born with, it's a skill. And just like any other skill, the more you practice, the more it becomes part of you. The problem is, most people expect to feel confident before they act. They think, I'll speak English when I feel ready. I'll join that group when I feel fluent. I'll record a video when I stop being nervous. But the truth is, action comes before confidence. You speak, even if your voice shakes. You show up, even when you're unsure. You try, even when the fear is loud. And every time you do, confidence quietly grows, like a muscle being strengthened, like a seed pushing through the soil, like light slowly filling a dark room. So the next time you practice, even if it's just 5 minutes, remind yourself, I'm not just learning words, I'm building belief in myself. Every repetition, every sentence, every review, it's all helping you speak with more clarity, more comfort, more confidence. Here's a great tip. Keep a small notebook. At the top, write My Confidence Journal. Each day after you practice, write one sentence. What did I do today that made me braver in English? It could be reading out loud, watching a lesson, asking a question, sending a message. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to be real. Because over time, those tiny acts of bravery become a mountain. And one day, you'll look back and realize you're no longer scared to speak. You're no longer quiet in conversations. You've become the kind of person who trusts their voice. And it didn't happen in one day. It happened every time you chose to practice, even when it wasn't perfect. So say it again with me. I am becoming more confident every time I practice. That's not just a sentence. That's your truth. And it's shaping you, word by word, step by step, into the speaker you always wanted to be. Affirmation 8. My accent is a part of my story, not a mistake. Let's talk about something that affects millions of English learners around the world: the fear of having an accent. Maybe you've been there. You say something in English and someone asks, "Where are you from?" Or maybe they smile awkwardly when you mispronounce a word. Suddenly, your confidence disappears. You start to feel embarrassed, ashamed. You think, maybe I should just stay quiet. But here's the truth. Your accent is not a mistake. It's a part of you, a part of your history, a part of your identity. And today's affirmation is a celebration of that truth. My accent is a part of my story, not a mistake. Say that again, out loud. Let your voice carry it. Because your accent means something powerful. It means you're bilingual or multilingual. It means you were brave enough to step into another language. It means you're growing, evolving, expanding. Let's be real. Having an accent does not make you less intelligent. It does not make you unprofessional. It does not mean you're bad at English. It simply means your mouth is shaped by another language, and that's something to be proud of. Every accent has a rhythm, a history, a beauty. It tells the world where you come from and what you've overcome. And guess what? Native speakers have accents too. Someone from Texas sounds different than someone from London. Someone from New York speaks differently than someone from Australia. There is no perfect way to sound. There is only your way. So instead of trying to erase your accent, own it. Work on your pronunciation, yes, but not to hide who you are. Do it to clarify your message, not to copy someone else's voice. There's something magnetic about someone who speaks with pride, even with an accent, especially with an accent. It shows you're not afraid to be seen, not afraid to be real. And that kind of authenticity, it's powerful. Here's something to try this week. Record yourself speaking in English. A short message, a journal entry, a few sentences. Then listen, not to judge, but to appreciate. Notice your strength. Notice your effort. Notice how your words carry the courage of two languages, maybe more. And anytime you catch yourself thinking, my accent sounds bad, pause, breathe. Replace that thought with today's affirmation. My accent is a part of my story, not a mistake. Let your voice rise. Let it carry every part of you, because you don't need to sound like someone else to be confident. You just need to sound like you, growing, honest, brave, and real. Affirmation 9. I am building my future with every word I learn. Let's talk about purpose. When you're learning English, it's easy to forget why you're doing it, especially on the hard days, when the grammar feels confusing, when your pronunciation doesn't sound right, when progress feels invisible. That's why this next affirmation is a compass, pointing you back to your why. I am building my future with every word I learn. Repeat it. Let it echo inside you. Because this isn't just about vocabulary lists or language exams. This is about your life, your dreams, your freedom, your future. Every word you learn today is a brick in the foundation of the life you're creating. That English word you struggled to memorize, tomorrow it might help you land a new job. That phrase you practiced over and over, it might help you make a new friend. That sentence you finally understood on a podcast, it might be the beginning of a new idea, a new opportunity, even a new version of you. So no, you're not just studying, you're building. You're building confidence. You're building connection. You're building a bridge between where you are and where you want to be. And that future, it's not far away. It's being created right now in every moment you show up, every time you listen, every time you repeat, every time you choose growth over comfort. That's why today's affirmation matters. It reminds you that small steps lead to massive change. Here's a powerful habit to try. At the end of each week, write down 3 words or phrases you learned. Then write one sentence about how each word might help you in your future. For example, I learned the word confident because I want to speak in meetings without fear. I learned the phrase, "Can you help me?" because I want to ask questions and grow. I learned the word opportunity because I know this language is opening doors for me. You'll start to see that every single word has value. Every single word has power. Every single word is part of your journey. And over time, this mindset will turn your practice into purpose. No more studying just to finish a lesson. Now you're learning to build something real, something beautiful, something yours. So say it again with me, slowly, with meaning. I am building my future with every word I learn. That future may not be here yet, but you're not waiting for it. You're creating it right now, word by word, day by day, step by step. And the best part, your future self is already grateful for what you're doing today. Affirmation 10. I am becoming the person I was meant to be. This final affirmation isn't just about English. It's about transformation. It's about the journey you're on, not just to speak better, but to become better. And the truth is, you're already doing it. Say it with me now, fully, clearly, deeply. I am becoming the person I was meant to be. Feel that. Because everything you've done so far, every word you've learned, every mistake you've made, every time you got back up, has been shaping you, not just as an English learner, but as a person. You're not the same as you were when you started this journey. You're more focused, more patient, more resilient, more aware of your own strength. And as you grow in this language, you're growing in life. You're not just learning to express yourself in English, you're learning to trust your voice. You're not just studying grammar, you're building discipline. You're not just practicing pronunciation, you're discovering courage. Because when you set out to learn a new language, you're really doing something radical. You're stepping into discomfort. You're choosing growth over ease. You're walking toward a bigger version of yourself. And that's what this affirmation is all about. You are becoming more confident, more open, more powerful, more you. You're no longer hiding. You're no longer shrinking. You're no longer waiting for the perfect time. You are doing the work. You are making the moves. You are rising. And sure, it's not always easy. There are days you'll doubt yourself. There are moments where you'll want to give up. But through all of that, something inside you keeps going. That's not just motivation. That's purpose. That's becoming. Here's something beautiful. The person you're becoming already exists inside you. Every step forward, every practice session, every brave sentence you say, you're just uncovering what's already there. You're just removing the fear that's been hiding your power. So let this final affirmation carry you. I am becoming the person I was meant to be, not someone else's version, not society's version, not the perfect, flawless version, but your version, the real one. the bold one, the honest, human, growing one. And guess what? That version of you is already proud, already showing up, already speaking with more power than ever before. So as you continue learning English, hold your head high, speak with heart, study with joy, and grow with the full belief that this journey is leading you home to yourself. Take a deep breath. You made it through all 10 affirmations, not just by listening, but by feeling every word. Right now, you're not just more fluent, you're more confident. You're not just practicing English, you're practicing self-worth. You're not just learning a language, you're becoming someone who believes in their power, their voice, and their future. And remember this, confidence isn't something you wait for, it's something you build. And you've been building it today, word by word, breath by breath. So the next time you feel nervous or small or lost in your English journey, come back to this episode, play it again, speak with me again, and remind yourself you are enough, you are growing, and your voice deserves to be heard. If this episode touched you, inspired you, or helped you, please share it with someone who needs it too. And don't forget to subscribe for more empowering English learning journeys. Until next time, stay strong, stay growing, and never stop believing in who you're becoming.